Shen Yue, wake up. Yue turns to the other side. Shen Yue, come on, baby, wake up. No, why? Is it morning yet? She says with a pout. It's not, but I need you to come with me. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to sleep. My love, please, it's important that you wake up. Oh. Yue opens her eyes, looks at her phone on the nightstand, and realizes it's only 1 a.m. 1 AD, it's the middle of the night, she cries. Then she realizes how odd it is that he is there. Wait, you're filming in Hendian. What are you doing here? She asks, squinting her eyes, trying to focus on him. You look weird. What happened to you since my birthday? Dylan extends his arm, asking Yue to take his hand. Where are we going? Why can't we stay in bed? Can we just cuddle? That's nice, she requests, hoping he will say yes. Shen Yue, this is too important. Yue finally gets out of the bed and Dylan leads her towards the closet. Do I need to change? She wonders. No, you don't. Then why are you taking me to the closet? Dylan opens the door and Yue gets startled. She jumps back and hides behind Dylan. What is that? Where is that? And when is that? Dylan smiles softly, looks at her, and puts his hand on her cheek. You need to see this. This is your future, Shen Yue. Huh? Are you crazy? Am I dreaming? Are you drunk? No, no, and no. Dylan gently leads Yue inside the closet, and with a couple of steps, they find themselves in a big and cozy house. As if she is watching a movie, Yue can see herself, Dylan, and 2 children, a boy who is about 5 years old, and a girl who is about 1 year old, and she's learning how to walk. Can they see us? The Yue from the present asks. No, we see them, but they don't know that we are here. The version of herself that Yue is watching looks about 10 years older than she is now. Shen Yue, are you filming this? She's gonna walk, the Dylan in the future exclaims. I have it. Come to daddy, sweetie, come. The Dylan in the vision extends his arms, and the little girl giggles and takes her first steps to land safely on daddy's chest. Dylan happily raises her up in the air as the proudest father in the world. You did it, sweetie. You're daddy's walking princess. Hey, what am I then? The future Yue complains. Come here. You're the love of my life, my better half, and my soulmate. Yue joins Dylan on the floor and he holds her in his arms. Then the little boy comes running and throws himself at daddy as well. Ouch! And here's my best ally, my wingman. Dylan affectionately hugs his family and they all end up lying on the floor, cuddling and laughing. The pajama Yue has her eyes full of tears. Is this real? She wonders, looking at the Dylan that woke her up. Well, Shen Yue, it depends on you. You are free to choose. What do you mean? A few weeks ago, on your birthday, I went to surprise you and I proposed. Remember? Of course I remember. You haven't answered yet, and you still haven't decided, have you? How do you know? Because that's why I'm here, to show you what your life will be like if you say yes. I do want to marry you, but we are so busy. It's been horrible lately. You came to my birthday and you were exhausted. We keep hiding and pretending. I thought maybe the timing was off. Maybe we should wait a little until things settle somehow. Do you really feel that you need a break? Not from us, not because I don't love you. I'm just so tired and I miss you all the time, which makes me sad. Do you want to see what will happen if we go on a break? Yue dries up her tears and nods. Can we? Is it possible to see that? Yes. It won't be pretty, though. You need to be strong. Are you certain that you wish to know? I'm ready. I want to know. I need to. Dylan grabs Yue's hand and they enter another closet, which leads them to a cemetery where a 45-year-old Yue is crying, kneeling on a fresh grave. What is this? The present Yue asks with sorrow in her voice. Dylan takes her to see the tombstone that reads, Wang Hedi, beloved father, great actor. What? You died? And why doesn't it say husband? I never married in this alternative future, Shen. Why? Well, when we went on a break, we slowly grew apart. It was easier not to fight for our love. The hiding and then sneaking finally ended, so the pressure ended. We were sort of relieved in the beginning, and then we just got comfortable with work and forgot that once we had found love. But it says father there. You got married in time, Shenyue, and when you did, well, I had some girls. One of them gave me a daughter. What? What about me? You married and divorced. You didn't have time for children. You worked too much. And how did you die? Well, you were the only one who kept me from smoking all the time. I will quit smoking if I marry you, because I want to protect you. Without you, my health does not matter to me. I never smiled again the way I smiled when I was with you. You were my reason to be happy. I lost you and I lost my will to be a better person. I was a great actor, yes, and I did my best as a father, but I never felt complete again. Yue cries, and Dylan adds, but I didn't come to you because of me, Shenyue. Dylan takes her by the hand again and walks her behind a tree, where, like magic, they find a luxurious and huge house. They walk inside the house and find another Yue, around 50 years old, still looking great, but very lonely. Shenyue, I came to you today because you will never find love again either. You will spend your life regretting not being strong and brave enough to pursue love. You will have money and fame, but none of that will matter to you when you go to an empty bed at night. I don't want you to spend your life alone. If you could be happy without me, I wouldn't be here, because all that matters to me is you. So, why should we be miserable apart when we can be happy together? Yue looks at her older self, eating dinner alone in a big futuristic kitchen, watching the news, and she can feel the emptiness of that woman inside her. To be with me, you will have to sacrifice some things, that's true. It will take work and effort. But look! Dylan grabs her hand again, opens another closet, and boom! Future Dylan and Yue are at a school, witnessing their firstborn high school graduation. Yue sees how in the future she is still holding Dylan's hand, how he kisses her forehead and tells her he is proud of the mom she has become to their children. And present Yue weeps once again. So, we will be happy together? Will you be okay if we get married? Yes, Shenyue. We will grow old and wrinkled together. We will have love, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Yue smiles among her tears. Once more, Dylan takes Yue by the hand. It's time to go home. The sun will be up soon, and you need to be back. Yue nods. They turn a corner and they're home. They are in Yue's closet again. Dylan leads her to the bed and says goodnight. Stay with me for a while, Yue requests. Dylan sits beside her and caresses Yue's hair until she falls asleep. Then he kisses her forehead. Don't be afraid, my love. We will make it, he states, and disappears inside the closet. A few hours later, around 11 a.m., Yue wakes up, and for a minute she does not realize what has happened. However, when she puts her hand on the closet door to change her clothes, it all comes back to her. At first, she believes it must have been nothing but a dream, a weird one. Yet, when she opens the closet, she finds a leaf on the floor that fell on her hoodie when they were at the high school graduation. Yue's heart starts bumping like crazy. How can it be possible? How did she go to the future with a Dylan that was not hers? Nervous and anxious, she decides to go to Hendian. She absolutely needs to see her Dylan today. Yue calls her assistant and tells her that she will be traveling incognito. She will be gone for a week because she has no projects for these days. In the afternoon, Yue takes the 18:20 flight that arrives at 20:35 in Hendian. Dylan does not know she's coming to visit him. He arrives at his hotel room after work, exhausted, and goes straight to take a long, warm bath. Yue knew he would return late from work because Alex told her, and she knows he takes his time in the bathtub. When Dylan comes out of the washroom, he finds dozens of post-its of different colors scattered everywhere in the room. And on each one, the word yes is spelled in different languages. Yue spent the 2 hours on the plane preparing this surprise, carefully searching how to say yes in many languages to make it clear that she is ready to spend the rest of her life with him. Dylan looks around but does not understand what is happening. He sees no one in the room. When he's about to text Alex to ask him if he had something to do with this mess, he hears a giggle coming from the balcony. Dylan looks carefully and realizes the door that leads outside is unlocked, but he did not open it. He runs out and finds Yue, beaming at him with huge loving eyes and a breathtaking smile. Oh, that smile. He adores to see her smile. Dylan smiles right back at her, showing all his teeth, smiling even with his eyes. Shen, what are you doing here? He asks, and then snaps out of his astonishment to go hug her. Squeezed against his chest, her safe place, Yue mumbles, I needed to see you. I had to tell you something. What? He says, kissing her forehead and smelling the fresh scent of her hair. Yes, she whispers. Dylan pulls her back a little. Yes? All those little papers to say yes? He chuckles. Yes, she shouts. Shh, don't yell. Come, let's sit here on the lounger. Dylan rests on the chair and Yue sits sideways on his lap, embraced by his loving and protective arms. So, are we getting married? He wonders with a bright light in his eyes. Yes, I want to. I've always wanted to marry you since we got together while filming Meteor Garden. You know that. I'm sorry it took so many weeks to tell you. Dylan caresses her face and kisses her lips gently. I would wait for you forever. You know that. There's no one else for me. I know, and there's no one else for me either. Not now and not ever. Yue lies on Dylan's chest, and slowly their eyes begin to close. Both are worn out. Shen, mentions Dylan, suddenly opening his eyes. What? I had a weird dream last night. I am so glad you came today. I needed to see you after that. I dreamed something peculiar as well. I'm not even sure it was a dream. What did you dream? Well, I dreamed that I went to wake you up in the middle of the night because I wanted to show you something. Yue's heart skips a beat when she hears those words, and she sits up to look at Dylan's face. He continues, I took your hand and I led you into the future through my closet. What? How do you know that? I had the same dream. How is that possible? Did you see our children? Yes, a boy and a girl. Did you take me to see a grave? Yes, geez, how creepy was that? Ugh, Dylan shudders. That's why I came. I don't want us to have a pathetic future. I want to make the right choice, and marrying you is the right choice. Were you really thinking about taking a break from us? No, I mean, I do wish things were easier sometimes, but I don't want to live without you. We make each other happy, no matter the trials. We can face them together, right? Dylan nods and kisses Yue on the cheek. Are you saying yes only because you don't want me to die young? No! Well, of course I don't want you to pass away young, but seeing how our future would be if we were apart, that made me sad. All my love is for you. There's nothing left to spare. Yue affectionately shares with him. Dylan gives Yue a kiss that makes her realize he feels exactly the same. All his love is for her and no one else. Let's go to sleep now, he mentions. Yue nods. Good night, my love. Good night, baby. Dylan. Yes, I cannot wait to marry you, she whispers.